Well, it's unconscionable and unacceptable for the White House or any public agency to punish a journalist by revoking his or her credentials just for doing their job.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country, you run CNN,
All right.
and if you did it well, your ratings
Let
would
me
be
ask,
much better.
if I may
Okay,
ask
that's
one other
enough.
question.
We, in lockstep with the White House Correspondents Association, the National Association of Hispanic Journalists, the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press, and other press freedom groups are demanding that Jim Acosta's credentials be restored immediately.
Worried.
That's enough. That's
Mr.
enough.
President, I
That's
was going to
enough.
ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Any objective observer of the
President,
video of that incident clearly shows that Jim Acosta was being nothing but professional and cordial. He even said to her, "Pardon me, ma'am."
That's enough.
This is an unprecedented assault on the First Amendment, but more important than that, on the public's need to know what its elected officials are doing. And it's having a ripple effect all over the country, in state houses, in city halls, in school board meetings. This rhetoric, led by the President of the United States, is sifting down to local and regional levels. This is an escalation of the anti-media rhetoric that the President has been engaged in since before he was President, since he launched his campaign. This is a near unprecedented escalation of the war against journalism and the First Amendment.
When you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
There's no question this has an extremely chilling effect on journalists' ability to do their jobs. When a journalist at the White House or anywhere in the country has his or her press credentials revoked simply because the subject of their inquiries doesn't like the questions they ask, that's going to make some reporters think twice, and that's too bad.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his
Well, I'm
butt
not a
like the
big
rest
fan
of
of
us.
yours either, so
I understand.
I think we've seen a very heartening response from other news organizations in support of Jim Acosta and CNN, most of them anyway. And I think it's up to each individual member of the White House Press Corps and his or her company to decide how they want to respond.
You said you would sign an executive order on birthright citizenship. Are you still going to sign the executive order on birthright
You'll
citizenship?
answer.